each. Okay?
Perfect.
So let's start with the hidden gas tax, this one that is the most hated of all the taxes, the one that hits everybody every day. Stop the hidden gas tax. Let me give you the numbers now. In fact, maybe I could get, do you want to write them, Keegan?
Yeah.
I know you're filming for posterity, but okay. Our number for the hidden gas tax now sits at $469,469,011. Nearly 470,000 people have signed the initiative to get rid of the very hated hidden gas tax. And it's not just hitting them, and that's because it hits them in the tank, it hits them when they buy groceries, and it hits them when they turn on the thermometer to heat their home. Let's look at the next one, parental notification. That one is at 454,372.
Go on.
Yeah, that's right.
These are parents that found out during COVID that there was a whole bunch of crap going on in the school that they didn't like, and they want to be involved. They just assumed the best of the school, and then they found out, oh, the assumptions we made weren't all true. And we'd like to be involved more. That's what this does. And it puts at the very top of the list that the primary stakeholder, the very most important relationship, is the parent and their child. There is no state employee, there's no state rule, no state law that can supersede that. The parent and the child is one of the most important relationships on the earth, and it was designed that way. All right, next one, reasonable police pursuit. As people watch cars get stolen in front of police officers and the criminals drive off, it's pissing them off, right? But it's bad enough that you hear crimes happening somewhere else. It's when it starts happening in your neighborhood. It's when it starts happening to your friends, and then when it happens on your own property, then you start saying, hey, this is enough. And people have felt it. So police pursuits, reasonable police pursuit, 2113, is now at 434,000. 434,112, 112. 434,000 people signed their name that said, I'm tired of this. Right? This is wrong. We need to return reasonable police pursuit. And I've said this in the past. This isn't about making sure that police can go 250 miles an hour down the freeway. This is in the parking lot, someone steals your car, they're driving off slowly as the police watch them. This is about a getaway free car that you can steal now and go commit your crimes. This law had a multiplier effect. The number of cars stolen, last time I checked in Seattle had about, in 2021, they had about 5,000 cars stolen, somewhere in that range during the year. In 2023 already, in November when I was looking at it, we were now at over 7,000 cars stolen. 2,000 just in Seattle alone, extra cars stolen, extra getaway cars stolen so that other crimes could be committed. It's a crime multiplier, and we need to stop that and put it back to reasonable control at the local level. We elect our sheriffs, many of our sheriffs, we elect many of our police chiefs. Let them make the decision at the local level. All right, next one, repeal the capital gains tax, 2109. Is now at 433,553.
Yeah, wonderful.
So everybody is completely certain that the only reason I did any of this stuff is for this one, for capital gains. I've already made my capital gains and I've paid a lot of taxes on them. This one is, and I think it's actually quite funny. You could almost write the opposition. ChatGPT would probably write the opposition better than what these guys are doing. This one is right away. This is institutional racism is what this one's about, right? And that's sort of a surprise. And I find that claim actually institutionally racist in itself because it seems to assume that someone of another skin color doesn't want to make capital gains. You want to make capital gains? Yeah. You're running your own business, aren't you?
Yes.
And what do capital gains mean to you? More money, right? It's not a white and a black issue, right? This is a green issue that transcends the color that happens to be how much melanin we have in our skin, right? This is every entrepreneur that's come to this state because Amazon was here. They all came here to start a business, and they didn't come here because it was some sort of institutional thing for white people to do. This means every business owner that started a family restaurant. They've got a business that's now, they've been working on this thing for 30, 50 years, and they're ready to retire, and they want to pay for the college for their grandkids, and they've got suddenly an additional tax that they weren't counting on that knocks out, oh, sorry, grandkid number 7, we can't give you the college tuition that we were going to give you because I've suddenly got a 7% tax. And I think it's worth noting, as we mentioned last week when we turned these in, number one, the reason that the capital gains, one of the primary reasons the capital gains was started was so that they could stick everybody else with an income tax. Once you get this through the door, you get this camel's nose under the tent, it gives every opportunity then to create an income tax, right? So this is a sneaky way to do that. And it wasn't about the money, but now the claim is going to be, oh, you're taking money away from children. I'd like to point out that the state has had a budget surplus for over 10 years. And not just a little one, a multi-billion-dollar surplus every year for the last 10 years. And this has been controlled by one party for nearly 40 years. And that one party is screaming now, oh, if we don't take this money from people, if we don't shut the door on anyone else that wants to make money, if we don't stop people from making money right now, then the sky's going to fall, the state's going to collapse, and children are going to go hungry. They've had 40 years to fix the damn system. And they've had a budget surplus every year, and still they can't get enough taxes to satisfy the huge greed that is government greed. And I don't think there's any greed larger than government greed. The next one, 2111, no state income tax. We got 446,000.
Wow.
Hang on, let's see, am I that? Yeah. 446. 372. This one was really, really popular. You can see that there's a lot of people signed it. This was one that we often led with when we were out gathering signatures, and because you didn't have to. Because why? What we mentioned last week when we turned that one in, over 10 times at the ballot box, Washingtonians have rejected an income tax. They don't want it, and I don't know how many times you have to say no. Right? If this was just say no, right? I don't know how many times the voters have to say no. When no means no. No means no. Well, they don't want this one. Well, and so what does this one do? Is there an income tax? No, there's not an income tax right now. But the reason they said they were doing the capital gains was so they could get you with an income tax. It's coming. Bill number 2335, right? Last year there was a bill 2335 that was filed to, one, create an additional 10% health care tax, but in addition to that, it also added an 8% capital gains tax on $15,000 and above. This is not coming just for rich people, this is coming for you and your pension. Oh, and then we're going to get you, as soon as we get that in, we're going to get you with an income tax. Well, what we did with the income tax one is we said, you know, they did a sneaky trick. They said, oh, it's not an income tax. Even though the IRS says the capital gains is an income tax, even though 45 of the states say it's an income tax, it's not an income tax, it's an excise tax. So we said, okay, on the income tax, what we're going to do, we're going to appeal to the highest tax designer in the world, which has to be the IRS. And if they call it an income tax, it's a frickin' income tax. So this law would prevent city, county, and state from implementing an income tax as defined by the IRS. Preemptively, proactively.
County.
And county. Did I not say county?
Yes,
City,
you did.
state, and county.
I'm just letting my county know.
All right, so we've turned